Hello friends, welcome back. It is time to plan out our dinners for the month of October. I really like to do it this way because I sit down all at once, plan everything out, write out my grocery list, and then I can go shopping once a month, go back once for a few fresh ingredients about halfway through the month, and then I don't have to think about it again. I always know what we're having for dinner. So I've been doing it this way for years and years, and it just really works well for our family. I keep this list here in my Erin Condren planner. It's just a blank sheet of paper at the beginning of the month here, and I just make out this list that I'm about to show you. The first thing we're having is tater tot casserole. This is a favorite in everyone in my family likes this, including our exchange student Naomi. Next, we have buffalo turkey sloppy joes. This was a request from my daughter Journey, and I will also make homemade buns to go with that. It's very good with homemade buns. Super simple recipe. You brown up your turkey meat. You add buffalo sauce. You add a little bit of mayonnaise. You can add carrots and celery and onion if you want to. Stir it all up till it's like sloppy joe consistency, and then put it on buns. It's great and easy. Next, we're having lasagna soup. This is just sort of a recipe that I made up. I do some sort of ground meat, some beef broth, marinara sauce, and noodles. Very simple. Smash burgers. This has become one of Jericho's favorites. He always loves burgers, and he likes to help me make them. We do them on a griddle. Smash them out really flat, get them nice and crispy. And again, I will make homemade hamburger buns to go with that. I try to make most of our bread products, except for tortillas. Those are just too time consuming. I can do it in a pinch, but just too time consuming to do on a regular basis, in my opinion. Pork carnitas is next. We have that already in the freezer. I put that in the freezer, I think last month. We didn't get to all the leftovers, so I'll just have to make the toppings and pull out some tortillas for that. Pork tenderloin. This recipe I've been making for years and years and years. I've honestly never tried another pork tenderloin recipe after I found this one because it's just so good and it comes out perfect every single time. Next, we're having teriyaki slow cooker chicken. This was supposed to be like tacos, and then when I made it the first time, I tasted it, and I was like, yeah, I don't want this like as a taco, so we'll do it with rice and some sort of veggie. Just put it over the rice. It was good that way. This month we had bolognese sauce with spaghetti, and I have enough sauce left over to do an entire another meal, so I went ahead and put that in the freezer. We are also having beef stroganoff. I only have one who doesn't like this unless Naomi decides she doesn't like it, but the rest of us do. Super simple recipe. I also wrote down beefy onion rice just as a side because I actually thought of it right then and wanted to write it down before I forgot it. French dip sandwiches, again, I put the leftovers in the freezer, and I love doing this for easy meals, and I just make myself a note that it's in the freezer, so when I'm looking at this list in the morning trying to decide what I want to fix, I will remember that I need to pull out those items from the freezer just earlier in the day, and then I really don't have to do any cooking except warming things up when it's dinner time. We're going to have steak fajitas. We pull our grill under our covered deck, and I still use it throughout the winter as long as it's not like, 20 below or something, then I still use it. So I'll be able to grill some steaks, and then I put all of the peppers and onions in a cast iron skillet, put that out there on the grill as well, and it gets really good flavor that way. It's a really easy one to do outside. Pasta carbonara, that was a suggestion from Naomi, so we're going to try that. And I ended up looking up a video on how to do it, and I just wanted to write that down so that I remember where to go search for that recipe. Same thing with chicken tortilla soup. I've made this for years, but I wanted to try a new recipe. Same thing. I looked up a video, so I will be reminded where to go find that recipe. Chicken noodle soup times 2. This is almost like a chicken and dumplings. It's a really hearty chicken noodle soup. And Journey asked her volleyball team what they wanted when they're coming over to our house, and that was a suggestion. So I'm going to do that and some fruit. They love it when I make chai syrup, and we have like iced chais, lattes. They all love that, so we'll do that, and then I'll have some sort of dessert as well. Next is Detroit style pizza. I try to make that at least once a month. I don't think we had it in the month of September, so it's time to have it again. And then if you watched my previous video, I went through my food storage and just pulled out some stuff that was getting close to date to kind of help me come up with some ideas for dinners this month. And this vegetable beef soup was one of those. I have some canned beef that needs to get used up. So that will not be anyone's favorite, but it will be healthy and nourishing, and it will get the job done. Thai curry noodles, same thing. I have some coconut milk down in storage that needs to get used up, so everyone likes that one. It's very easy to do. Cheeseburger soup. This is one of Jalea's favorite soups. So I'm going to go ahead and make that. I don't know if Naomi will like that one or not. She might. She likes potatoes, so I think she might like that one. Not the healthiest dinner ever, but very delicious. Chicken tostadas. This is a family favorite. If people don't want the tostadas with the refried beans, they can always have it on a tortilla or a hard shell taco, or even make nachos with it. I just make up the meat and the toppings, and everybody can kind of fix it however they want. There were a couple of recipes I didn't get to, or I don't think September's not quite over yet, but I don't think I'm going to get to jambalaya or beef stew. So I went ahead and added those to October's meal list because I already have everything to make that. I did write down, can't really see it very well, but I did write down homemade biscuits. My mom used to always make beef stew and homemade biscuits, and then I'll pull out my homemade jam for the biscuits, and it's just a really good combination. So I'm going to do that. Instapot hibachi steak. I just wanted to make myself a note that I need mushrooms and zucchini, so I'll probably save that recipe for like the second half of the month when I go back for a few fresh ingredients. I just like to remind myself of that because I'm not going to buy that ahead of time and have it go yucky in the fridge. French onion turkey meatballs. I've made this a number of times. I actually need to can up some more French onion soup because that's what I use to make the sauce. So that is on my canning list to get that done because onions are in season here in Michigan. They've just harvested all of the onions, so I can get a nice big bag for really cheap and make some French onion soup. Green chili enchiladas, that's another one I didn't get to this month, and so I went ahead and added that. Mugu gaya pan, that's just always goes over well with everyone. Taco soup, again, everybody likes it. I've been making that recipe for years, at least 20 years. I got it from a work friend at my very first job out of college. I got that recipe from her, and I've been using it for over 20 years. Lasagna. I have two kids who just really don't like lasagna, but Naomi said she likes lasagna, so the other two can have leftovers or something if they just really don't want the lasagna. Then I'm going to do Greek chicken bowls again. That was really good. I just kind of made it up. I made like a Greek marinade, grilled the chicken, made brown rice, which was a really good hearty bowl. And then we did like cucumbers and feta cheese and tzatziki sauce on top, and it was really good. So I'm going to do that again. Jason really liked that one. Then I'm just going through and writing down some things that I don't want to forget that I need to make. Like I've been wanting to make some protein gummies. I'm writing down cheesy potatoes because that takes specific ingredients that I need from the store. Like if we're just having salad or broccoli or something like that, I don't write that down on the sides list. This is basically just if I need to remember to do something or it needs ingredients from the store that I don't want to forget. For lunches, we pretty much have the same things. Skillet mac and cheese, tacos, buffalo chicken dip. I'm writing down a few dessert and breakfast ideas. I have some apple crisp filling in the freezer, so that would be a really easy one. And then Naomi and Journey have been making a sticky cake, which is a Swedish recipe. It is very delicious. We all really like it, so we will have that multiple times this month. And then I've been wanting to make some snickerdoodle cookies, so I just need to make sure that I'm pretty sure I have the cream of tartar. But that's always the ingredient that trips me up if I don't have that and I want to make those cookies. Let's see, for breakfast, I make these healthy chocolate zucchini muffins. Naomi likes those, so does Jalea, so I'm going to make up a batch of that. And then I don't mind if the kids want to have no-bake cookies for breakfast. I feel like it has fairly decent ingredients. And that's pretty much it. Everything is listed. I've made up my grocery list, and I am all set for the month of October. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!